Dinosaurs never existed.
Wait, what?
I'm starting to question my faith.
It's because your world has changed.
Maybe next time we should drink.
Yeah.
Because we didn't drink this time,
No.
which is kind of surprising. Not that we drink all the time.
Drink some more wine.
This could have gone a very different way.
Has he ever laughed before? What the hell was that?
Hi, I'm Rodney Donahue, and I'm with special guest, John Schreiner. Thank you for joining me, John, because we just watched a beautiful film, VelociPastor.
VelociPastor!
Yes.
And it was beautiful. It was just perfect. There were ninjas and almost dinosaurs.
And Dr. Lawyer Hookers.
Dr. Lawyer Hookers.
There's surprisingly little demand for hooker doctor lawyers.
Catholic ninja academies that produce drugs. Super cocaine.
Drugs that are 4 times as addictive as regular cocaine.
And then they're just gonna stop the supply.
And then that way people will need Jesus. That was their diabolical plan, was to, if everything had gone according to plan, they would have brought more people to the Lord. That's what would have happened.
Yes. 俾我講俾你聽，全部世界安靜晒，搞掂晒，睇下啦。
There's lots of laughter of varying degrees.
Why was she in Vietnam?
Do we start at the beginning? Not chronologically, but like at the beginning of the movie. So there's a car explosion that kills Doug's parents. Doug is a priest. His parents are killed in a horrible car explosion that we don't see. Doug needs a break, a vacation from this horrible tragedy.
Yep. He needs to get away.
He goes to
China. China.
Where God will not follow.
Not only did we see a Chinese woman running through in very stereotypical clothing, they superimposed the word China on the screen.
Yes.
And our main character also said, China.
China.
He said that because they weren't sure they were going to be able to afford the superimposing the word.
And then the woman is shot through an arrow instantly.
China is east.
He didn't see her until she was 2 feet in front of him.
Are you hurt?
And Doug finds her and she hands him, I guess, a velociraptor tooth.
Yeah, that's...
Because the film's called VelociPastor, but it should have been called Pastorsaurus Rex.
Yes.
You're a born angel, I know it.
And there's Carol.
Yes.
The prostitute.
Yes.
And she is she's a hooker.
I'm lit up right and hot to trap where you want me tonight, Daddy.
She's turning tricks for Frankie Valentine.
Now what's my name?
Frankie Mermaid.
Frankie, whatever his name was, Mermaid?
Frankie Mermaid, that's right.
Frankie Mermaid.
So Frankie Merchant?
Mermaid.
Frankie Mermaid.
Frankie. We know his name's Frankie. The movie is trying to let us know
that it doesn't take itself seriously, even a little bit.
Stole candy from this baby.
And he's over the top. He's real goofy, and he's super evil.
He stole candy from a baby and then threw the baby in the river.
Then I threw the baby in the river.
Frankie goes to confession with Doug and tells Doug that he killed 2 people in a car outside this church.
You murdered it.
Actually, it was right in front of this church.
He killed his parents. Doug takes a dinosaur hand and sticks it through the confessional and kills Frankie.
Murdered my parents! No!
And that entire situation was resolved. That was I actually thought the movie was over. I mean,
They had wrapped up all of the character stories.
all of non-China stories had been wrapped up. He shares this crisis with Stuart. Is that the name of the other father? The other priest. We'll just call him Goofy Priest Guy.
Yeah.
He shares with Goofy Priest Guy, who was in Vietnam. Dear Ollie's mom and dad. Not with an exorcist, but with a guy who looked like him.
It's been years.
I managed to do it with a smile.
And then Goofy Priest Guy's wife shows up
In Vietnam.
in Vietnam.
Adeline!
James!
Wait, is she in Vietnam? She steps on a trip mine and explodes.
5 feet outside of the base that they were using.
What the
Just a huge,
Just liquefied.
like a Mortal Kombat, like
was a
early
fight
Mortal
fatality,
Kombat, like
yep.
fatality, like wah.
Why was she in Vietnam?
They thought that, man, it'd be really funny if a man's wife exploded in front of him in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's one of those things when you're drunk with your friends on a Saturday night and you just say, like, wouldn't it be hilarious? And then, yeah, now we're making a movie about it.
I don't think we can do anything for her now. She's too far gone.
Doug has decided to become a vigilante.
He's teaming up with Carol the hooker.
How are we gonna do this?
We'll make a plan.
There's a montage where they like eat ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
She's like licking ice cream and he's murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's really, his murder really informs his preaching.
And yeah, you can tell how he's preaching with much more vigor.
His crisis of faith is over. They show a flashback to how wonderful his parents were.
Yep, and how much they loved him.
I'm so proud of you, Doug. You're my only son.
They all sat around the table laughing.
This is still all narrative, and I think we should just run with the narrative now and then go back and talk about like superimposed faces of two people like sitting like Doug here and Stuart here, but they're on the bench, and then Doug turns his head and he's like, he does this move, right, where he's turning his head, but the still life is just right there looking at us. It's very creepy. The priest shuts him in a room and then decides to take him to his exorcist friend.
Who's sort of Catholic, but also a magician, maybe?
He looks like
David Blaine.
And he looks like a wrestler named Kevin Thorn, who was like this huge guy who's now like, he's like a real estate agent. He just kind of waves everything off like he watches a guy get stabbed in the eyeball by a dinosaur paw, and he's like,
What have I done?
What have I done?
What have I done?
So there's this exorcism that's going to take place, and it doesn't work. Meanwhile, in China, or maybe the States,
we are reminded that there are ninjas somewhere.
There's a ninja clan that is out and about, that is trying to
Bring the word of God.
But they're trying to bring the word of God, and they're trying to murder dinosaurs.
We've had rumors from the underground of a fearsome dragon warrior.
They send some ninjas against Doug the dinosaur, and he just rips them all apart instantly. This is the moment after the exorcism and after the first series of ninjas are murdered. This is the moment where Doug and Carol have a 5-minute sex scene.
I think I'm still bleeding.
And then they have sort of a weird montage that occurs with that looks like the opening to like an episode of Sesame Street, where people are just like different images. Or Jeopardy. It looks like a Jeopardy board that's moving across.
And there was one point where they were reaching out for each other, and it almost looked like the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
That's what I thought too.
It's like,
this is gonna last like 5 minutes.
I saw it said China and Vietnam.
Everything in this movie seems not quite right. Is the movie over? Or is it just like 20 more minutes of this?
係咁，我等我搞掂晒嗰啲蛇仔蛇乸，就一天都光晒㗎啦。
And so they have a laughing contest, the headmaster and the ninja. I'm not sure what this scene was about. Like, it's like you said, like, does he not know how to laugh?
yeah, has he ever laughed before in his life?
Has he ever laughed before? What the hell is that?
Yeah, well, and it seems funny at the time, right? But like this moment, I think was very thought out because later when we see the whole family laughing and guffawing and rolling around, and then he's in the kitchen like
he's never learned to laugh.
Like he doesn't have a laugh inside, and so like when he sees the headmaster laugh, I feel like it's an acting choice to be like, how do I do this? This is the first time I'm laughing.
Because I was never included in it as a child, so now I'm going to try and emulate laughing.
Yep. So the ninjas are introduced, and after the love scene, the ninjas jump into the bedroom, and instead of being quiet, they go, "Hiya!" and it's kind of somersault in. But the ninjas, so they all get beat up, maybe dead. I'm not quite sure what happened because he has a voiceover where he says, "Oh, it's a good thing that this guy told me where the bad guys' 2 white tents are in the woods before he died."
Remember your faith, Father Jones.
Cut to the 2 white tents in the woods, and goofy priest guy is there. He's told the entire plan and is murdered.
And yeah, he wasn't willing to go along with pushing drugs.
Yes, he wasn't willing to push drugs so that people would love Jesus more.
Yeah, and so then they killed him.
Right. Just so we're clear. So he murders the priest, and Doug is he goes to where the tents are in the woods, and Doug learns the huge revelation of the film.
Remember me now, brother?
The red-headed stepchild is his brother.
Oh shit.
What?
Was he in the backseat of the car too?
And he was there for all of the loving scenes with the family, but he was just left out of it.
Great camera work.
For some reason.
Great camera work. You have them pan over to the kitchen. That's great.
Have him sitting in the backseat of the station wagon or head down.
You're my only son. You're my only son.
Not explained why he was ostracized from his family, but
No. No, but
the father said, "I have one son."
You're my only son. I mean, is he literally a redheaded stepchild? They have a fight that's about to occur, and the brother throws the sword into the ground, and then Doug uses the force to get the sword back.
Yep.
He says, "We have the same ancestors."
What? He uses the force now too?
Well, they don't really have a fight, right? Doug stabs his brother and kills him like real hard and gets super into it for some reason. I don't know why. And then, does he even know that the other priest is dead?
I don't think so. I don't think he ever...
As far as he knows, he got the other priest in the eye.
He said at one point to Carol that he thought he killed Father whatever his name was.
yeah.
So maybe as far as he knows, that guy was dead and was never at the tents in the woods.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We should also mention that he killed Frankie Mermaid in the confessional, but then apparently he cleaned it all up.
Because nobody ever asked any questions.
There's no
about
consequences.
There's no consequences. There's no consequences. While he is bloodthirstily murdering his brother, Carol, our hooker doctor lawyer, she is
She's taking on the rest of the Ninja Clan
with no problem.
Yeah, she doesn't have to rely on the dinosaur powers or.
Until Big Boy Bruce comes out with the sword. They're all the ninjas are like upset that they got beat up by a girl, and so they call like Big Brother Ninja out. And he comes out with a samurai sword, and in what is clearly the second best scene of the movie, he just slices her down the middle. Whoa! I will say, the actress, there was a line that she said, and then she spat out some of the blood, like the stuff. So she had that in there, but got the line out.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
It's not because of your powers.
Yeah.
That was some good acting.
And they're like all
happy life.
consoling each other because they just watched.
They just murdered a woman. Okay, so the ninjas cry.
They're very upset that they have taken part in this killing of Carol.
They all feel really bad.
We have not talked about how it seems at first that maybe she had weird dinosaur sex.
Last night was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And the priest,
There's
Doug has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, he thinks that they did, and she is very clearly talking about watching him murder someone after turning into a dinosaur.
Wait, what are you even talking about?
What are you talking about?
The time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
This movie, VelociPastor, I mean, I had pretty high hopes. It met them. I mean, think about it. This was a 75-minute movie. I had more fun watching this movie than I did watching Jurassic World. What is it? Fallen Kingdom? Have you seen it?
I know.
Okay, so Chris Pratt has this moment where he's been shot by a tranquilizer dart, and he's like flopping like his way over like rocks and stuff. It's like a real physical comedy slapstick kind of bit. And it doesn't fit in that movie at all. This movie was every moment of this movie was better than that movie.
Every single moment.
There wasn't a moment in VelociPastor that I did not think was better than Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
In every way. In every way. So very end. This is the best moment in the movie. Because the ninjas are crying, and in his Hulk rage, the Doug transforms into
the titular
the titular character, Pastorsaurus Rex. Oh, there it is. Which we have seen. Not the entirety of this creature.
Yes.
We've seen the arm, and we've seen pieces of it. We've seen the costume. We've seen the head. We've seen blood trickle from the head. We've seen the whole head too, but we've never seen like the body. And the poor actor, the poor guy inside of this costume, he's just like running around.
Yeah.
He clearly cannot see anything, and they are. The ninjas are like running into him and running away. It's complete chaos. I thought it was gonna be the guy with like a rubber mask. Instead, it was a guy with the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the headmaster comes out and shoots him in the leg with an arrow. Does the brother like get up?
No, he tells he like as the headmaster shoots Doug with the arrow, and he's walking over to kind of be a little more menacing and talk some more smack before he kills him. The brother reaches out and grabs his leg and says, "We tried," and he tells him like rest, son, and you will awaken in paradise or something like that.
I don't understand this movie. I guess I didn't get it. It's so so great.
Yeah.
Do you have any last word? VelociPastor!
Sadly, the anti-venom does not make its way to his arms.
Yeah.
And so he has the dinosaur arms, and in the best moment in the entire film, he rips the head off of the headmaster. Yes! 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 Yeah! And we get to see the painted eyeballs.
Very obvious mannequin head.
Oh my gosh! Show the face! Yes! He rips off the mannequin head, and he screams like bloody murder. Gandhi.
Wow.
And then he suddenly remembers that Carol is also there.
Oh, Carol!
He takes her to a hospital, I guess. It's not a hospital, right? It's like it's like a room
It's
that
like
has
a
a little
dorm
couch.
room that they rented.
and she's sitting on a dresser that has like the bed thing on it for like a doctor's office, but it's like the size of a couch, just the room.
Right.
And she's fine.
I'm fine.
She got cut across the chest with a sword.
Yeah.
But she's fine.
Yeah.
And the movie lets us know that she's fine. She says it a couple times, and then in big giant yellow China letters, it says she's fine. Well, that was technically a movie. Okay, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about the production design.
China.
In the woods, we get a wonderful sequence where Doug is in an orange dress.
429, 430.
Which for me was pretty great. I loved that he's running around in an orange dress like she didn't have any other clothes that she could give him.
Didn't have like a t-shirt and sweatpants or anything.
Which is why she goes to a fight at the end of the movie wearing a fur coat and it's not even like, it's not like a sexy ninja outfit. It's not like a cat suit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know, where would you wear that? So that backless thing? They're like, she needs something to fight in. Well, it's got to be tight because she's going to throw these punches.
Yeah.
So this is most of an outfit. We've got the workout montage. Which is, again, in like blocks and sects.
Why is there a workout montage?
It's not even a montage. It's like every scene is right there. I don't know why this occurs. Like, do dinosaurs need to work out?
It wasn't even like, there was a little bit of the ninja training with him doing the hands and stuff, but yeah, I don't know if that's what it was supposed to be showing, was him ninja training.
Ninja training. So that later he can go, It would have been one thing if we'd have seen him like take a heavy ball, right, and it's sitting on something and he lifts it up like a head.
Yeah.
You know, and he just practices with a dummy,
Right.
and like
Just
rips the head off. So yes, they clearly had this dorm room to shoot in, and they had 2 tents, 2 white tents that they could put up somewhere, and they also had like this weird barn, like a little like crappy storage shed or something out there that was Vietnam. That was Vietnam.
The bloody helmet, I think, was just to signify that they were in a war zone.
So we've got flashbacks. So let's leave production design and go to like editing technique. So we have these flashbacks, and first we get Doug's flashback. And Doug flashes back when Freddie Merchant is making his confession, and he cuts to Freddie Merchant like squatting down and
like almost like he's taking a shit in the street or something.
Does he usually do that outside?
And then we get a flashback for the Goofy Priest.
Not since
I went to China.
the war.
And his flashback is to Vietnam.
Sammy's dead. They got Bennett.
To Vietnam.
And then his wife
is blown up by the
gets blown
tripwire.
up.
And then we get a flashback from Nameless Ninja.
Yeah.
그때는 내가 그녀를 결혼할 줄 알았.
Nameless Ninja has a flashback.
Just thinking about the girl that he...
They got an actress and they had her turn. And that was the clip they used for the flashback, and they used it twice. And like in death, he flashed back to this again.
Yeah.
He flashed back before death, and then he flashed back like as he was dying.
As he was dying, yeah.
While he was being killed by the dinosaur. We shift our perspective several times. I think that the best shift in perspective is the doctor at the end. The doctor's like, okay, Doug, you can see her now. And Doug leaves, and in the last minute of the film, we watch the doctor for 10 seconds. He's like
sparks up a cigarette from the ashtray in the waiting room.
Kyle's wounds are healing up faster than we first thought.
This is a beautiful movie. I don't want to list off all the movies I didn't like as much as this movie. I don't want to do that. I do want to say that a movie like VelociPastor, for me, is more enjoyable than a movie like The Matrix Resurrections. Because I did a video on Matrix Resurrections, and I was so mad during the whole video because the movie was it was everything that I couldn't stand in a film. I mean, and this is like, there's a lot of shoddiness to this, right? But it was clearly made with love, you know, and clearly someone who has a sense of humor. The hooker doctor lawyer, that was genuinely funny.
You're a hooker?
And pre-med law, but people aren't surprised as much by that one.
I mean, there were funny moments. The ripping off the head, that's a funny moment. I mean, I was laughing in this film the way I laughed in the theaters in Deadpool 2. And I laughed so hard at the very end of Deadpool 2 where, spoilers, the kid hits the main bad guy with the cab.
Mm-hmm.
He just hits him out of nowhere. That for me was like one of the funniest moments I've ever experienced. And I had that kind of moment, like a Deadpool 2 kind of experience with VelociPastor.
That actor was legitimately laughing.
He doesn't know. He doesn't even know what's happening. This is like a blooper reel that they put in the movie. And most comedies don't make me laugh like that.
Yeah.
So, Malignant did, but Malignant was an accident. This was not an accident. I don't think VelociPastor was an accident.
No.
There was purpose and intention, and while I'm not sure what the tone was going for all the time, I'm okay with that.
Hey, you remember that guy that was brutally murdered in the confessional booth a couple of weeks ago?
You know, it reminded me of the plot of Batman Begins, where Scarecrow is gonna release that stuff through the water vein in like the whole city. This was kind of like that plot with none of the money.
I don't understand. What does drug smuggling have to do with Christianity? Everything.
If you wanted to do Batman Begins, which also had ninjas, right? Like,
yeah,
Batman's fighting a bunch of ninjas at the beginning. Like, that's how it starts. This was like that movie without any money. It was like, what can we do? What do we have? Well, we got 2 tents. Well, that's good. What else do we have? Well, I can make a graphic that says China. We've got an orange dress and a dinosaur costume.
Yep.
And I know that Christianity is a religion.
Yes.
These are things that I know. I don't know that they have much else. They had access to a lot of music.
Yeah, I feel like it's always like in these types of movies, it's like the guy knows a couple of dudes that are in bands, and they just give them $100 each and say like, we're gonna feature one of your songs in the soundtrack.
Or their buddies they met, in an arts program in college or something.
Yeah.
I mean, he clearly has. The director clearly has a love of film, and knows how a story is told, I guess. Because, I mean, just to be clear, the plot of the film has been resolved, basically.
Yeah.
Except for the ninjas. He told a very quick story in the first 20 minutes and wrapped that story up, and I was very happy. I thought that was going to be the end of the story, and we were going to get a bow, and that was going to be it. But it wasn't, and that's okay. I was okay with that. The story went on. We didn't really know that there was going to be like super cocaine ninjas. I think there was like a comment. There's like a commentary on like college admissions and like enrollment.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
No, I don't think I do.
We need recruits. Enrollment is down.
Oh.
And he tells the goofy priest guy, he's like, enrollment's down. We need more people.
Yeah.
Do you know more people who would be happy to make cocaine with us? I'm hoping for some creation versus evolution subtext. I was a little sad that there was not a creation versus evolution debate in VelociPastor, but maybe VelociPastor 2.
Maybe that's in the sequel.
You call me. Is Brendan?
Yeah, I think so.
Call me. We will work on a script together. There can be a lot of subtext in VelociPastor 2. We'll figure it out. Wait, is she in Vietnam?
Or is he going crazy?
What the
I'm pretty pleased overall. It moved.
Yeah.
What a great movie.
Do you have any last word?
All right. Well, are we done?
Yeah.
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
So I want to thank John for being here. I really
Sure.
appreciate it. This is a great experience. I had a lot of fun. I don't know if we'll do this again.
Whoa!
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe next time we should drink. Oh, we didn't know what to expect. This could have gone very differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very happy. So thank you so much.
Sure.
And I'm Rodney Donahue. This is John Schreiner. And this was VelociPastor. Just absolute gold. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. All right. That's pretty good. Yes! 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 Yeah! Show the face. Yes!